Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Torment Tides of Numenera. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today again as we look around this room. There's a interesting machine here that is the machine that apparently would solve everything but can't because it's broken. And we have three guys in our team. Well, we have our character that apparently doesn't have a name. I couldn't...
Onward.
Indeed. I can't name him, but he's the last cast off. Maybe he's gonna need to remember his name. That's an interesting proposition. Over here we have Alijern.
What do you need?
And over here we have Calistege.
Shall we?
In between episodes, I've been looking at their stuff, at their abilities, and at their skills, and I think, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna orient my character towards having a little bit of a rivalry here with Calistege, because she, well, she's better than him. Not outright, though. They're all nanos. We're all nanos over here, which is basically the mage type sort of thing. And she's pretty good. She's interesting in the way she is. I think she has some similarities with my character. I talked about my character in the previous episodes, but she has lower mystical over there, and my character wants that as well. I want that as well, even though it is not good. I'm probably gonna drop her later on if we have other guys, because her ability is the dimensional superposition over here. Basically grants her resistance to everything except for transdimensional damage, and also grants her extra damage for transdimensional or something like that. It's kind of interesting, and we have just she likes to mess with dimensions, and my character doesn't like that. He doesn't feel at ease with that. And yeah, as for this guy, he's... I know, I'm not gonna push you. As for this guy, he didn't say anything there. That was good that he didn't, because, yeah. And as for this guy, he only has living tattoos, which allows him to basically attack the same sort of, do the same sort of thing in, you know, consecutive turns, but apparently they do more damages the more you do, or something. I don't know. He also has innervate right there. They have their weapons. I don't have a weapon. As you can see, I only have my body over there. A wheel-woven garment. The silky garment barely feels even lighter than it looks. It looks cool. Can I remove it from my body for some reason? Why would I want that? Unequip. Looking sharp. As for you, mister, he has a cloak that grants willpower. I think I'm gonna steal that from him. So can I drag and drop? I can't. Oh, it's his... it's his cloak. Alijern's dusty leather coat has seen long years of use. Pockets line its surface, and a lattice work of wires covers over a strange star on the jacket's breast. And he also has a weapon, a mace. So we'll see how that goes. She also has a weapon, an interesting buzzer over here. It's a small pistol that apparently shoots razor-sharp discs, and it's apparently common, it says over here. So it looks pretty interesting. Physics, character physics. Yeah, let's look around. We have a lot to see. And this game, as you saw so far, it's mostly about interacting with the environment and with the characters at hand. So let's see what this is. Can I press shift or tab? I can press tab. I didn't know that. Maybe somebody told me in the comments already. That's fantastic. Okay, so do we have... what's the name? What's the word? Formations. Sure. I'm gonna need to stop looking around so much because this game has auto center. It's not as drastic as the one in Divinity. But it's still drastic enough. I'm not a big fan of auto centers, so yeah, we'll see. Let's see what we have over here. Broken fragments of the domed ceiling are scattered on the floor. They appear to be made of transparent synth. I don't know what synth is, but sure, they're made of that. What about this thing? A mechanical arm lies on the floor, presumably broken during your fall. Sparks pour from the arm's shattered housing, filling the air with a greasy stench. Okay, so lower machinery, that would be for my character, for Alijern. So maybe he's gonna help me in that. Let's examine the housing first. The sharply pointed apparatus that formerly topped the device appears burnt out and useless, but the equipment in the base remains at least somewhat operational, as the constant stream of sizzling notes can attest. Okay, so the question I pose is, can I choose which character is gonna do this? Attempt to scavenge what is... Let's try it differently. Let's select you.
Yes.
I don't think I can do what I want to do.
I don't like the smell of this dome. Sure.
No, he he wants to leave sooner rather than later. Okay, so I can select the character. It's not that kind of game. Let's do this. Oh, Okay, tutorial effort, nah. Oh, again, awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so basically, he's a little bit better. As you can tell, over here, my pace chance is 60. He is 70, 70 rather, and his is, no, yeah, I was 60. He's 75, even though he's a little bit slower. Oh, but that doesn't mean, that's just the extra points you can spend, right? Let's look at what her chance is. Pretty bad as well. Yeah, that's just a different, I was mistaken. Okay, so let's go with a little bit of effort right there, 95%. And we did it. If you keep your mouse over there, you don't see... Ooh, we get the thing. Taking care to avoid the sparks, you extract several handfuls of shiny trinkets and coin-like objects. You recognize their value at once. Such objects would be accepted as shins, the informal currency in most regions of the world. So you gather them up and take them with you. They're... So I gain shins. Awesome. Can I know what those are? This tiny synth canister sprays a sticky, gelatinous substance. This gelatin covers and seals wounds immediately if applied correctly. That's pretty good. That's just leave the housing then. That's good enough. Pretty good. Oh, we didn't mess with that thing up there. Okay, so let's go over there and see what this is. I mean, so what we can do with this. Sunlight falls through the ragged hole in the roof onto the shattered resonance chamber. It is hard to believe that you did this, that you plummeted through the curve of the pale blue sky, crashed through the dome, and broke this delicate machine with your own body. It is hard to believe that you are still alive. 4 mechanical arms hang over the center of the device above the cracked, semi-transparent crystal of the sarcophagus. The 5th arm lies broken on the floor among the scattered synth and crystal shards, and a metal ring surrounds the array, dented and broken by your impact crater. Okay, let's take a closer look at the sarcophagus and see. It's probably just a holding cell or something, a stasis sort of place. The padded interior beneath the coffin's cracked lid looks like it was made for a human body. Despite the damage, you don't see any way to open it and get inside. You glance between the sarcophagus and the needle-like protrusions at the end of the arms above. It seems likely that using this chamber would not be a pleasant experience. Well, what do you know? Shut up. There's stuff for that. Painkillers. Not painkillers. What's the anesthesia? Is that... That sounds like a girl's name to me. That's not right. Is it anesthesia? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about, maybe. Let's examine the suspended arms. Cables run from machines along the dome's wall to the walls to the base of the suspended arms, each of which is capped with long needles aimed at the cracked coffin-like chamber at the center of the platform. Gem-like lights flicker dimly at the base of the arms. Oh! Anamnesis. That's my skill. A memory steals over you, and it isn't yours. Sunlight falls through the unbroken dome, casting short angular shadows behind the servitors laboring to construct the device you and your assistant have designed. Their efficiency is perfect. After all, you designed them as well. The components are nearly in place. A ring for bounding, a platform for focusing, and 5 injectors, each one for each tide. I don't know if that's a computer talking. It is a moment before you realize the memory has faded, and you've spoken out loud. Oh, that was me. 5 injectors, 1 for each tide. They don't say anything. Okay. Let's... Wait a minute. So this is for... Do I have 5 tides on me or something? What does that mean? I still am not completely certain about what the tides are. They're apparently something from the previous worlds, but I... Anyway, let's inspect the metal ring. You feel the slightest hint of resistance every time you cross the ring. Now that you are paying attention, you note that your breath is echoing in your ears, as though you were inside a glass dome. When you step outside the ring, the feeling passes. What do you mean, this thing? Huh, interesting. Examine the shards on the ground. Jagged fragments of crystals are intermingled with synth from the shattered dome above. The crystal shards glitter in the light like captive suns. Okay, let's take another look at the sarcophagus and see if that are... It may be your imagination, but some of the cracks in the crystal seem shallower than they were before. Really? That can't be. Let's pick up one of the crystal shards. Crystalline shard. You oh, it's a weapon. Huh, makes sense. It's just basically a shiv. At the rim of the crater, you find a sliver of crystal, sharp as a dagger on one end and smooth on the other. It might make a usable, if somewhat crude, weapon. Yeah, it's better than nothing, I suppose. I mean, I could punch people to death, but, well, it's not really my character's style. You would do that. Look for other useful shards. You sort through the remaining pieces of crystal, but they are too small or too unwieldy to be of any use. Let's take another look and see. No, it's not doing anything. No, okay. Step away from the device then.
Fine.
Let's go. So what else? We have... Oh, that is a container, I believe.
Go.
Because it's blue. It is, indeed. We have shins. Can I read them? Shins are usually metal. Oh, they're pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. Usually metal, but can be made of glass, plastic, or substances that have no name. Some are jagged bits of interesting material or small coin-like objects, such as highly decorative buttons from a machine, while others are properly minted and stamped with writing and images. But why... Why would I want that? Why would that be currency? Are we in a world that trinkets are now... Is everybody dead or something? So this is Fleetfoot Moss. I will take that because it's a healer. And over here we have Encephalic Rush that apparently heals 3 points of intellect. Oh, don't hurt my intellect. Please don't. I didn't know that happened. There's another machine over here. A slate black, an impressive device hunkers before you. As you reach out to touch it, the triangle of lights on its casing blazes into life, and an image unfolds in your mind. A towering crystal arc rises over a jagged gray landscape. The air is dead and stifling, and there, at its emerald peak, the image collapses, leaving you staring into the device's triangular array of lights. Command me, the device, or the intelligence within it says, each word carefully etched with distaste. I love how much Warhammer 40k this kind of reminds me of. It sort of reminds me of, you know, that sort of, because we forgot all the technology from before, it's all a mystery. With all the descriptions of everything, it's just, you probably could, like, I don't know, the intelligence within it, just the artificial intelligence. We call it in the first world, I guess. Are we in the first world? I wonder if that's the case. I wonder if, you know, because this is in the future and all that. But I love that. I just absolutely, that's one of the reasons why, well, I'm not too big of a fan of Warhammer 40k, but if I was to just dedicate myself a whole lot to that, setting, that would be because of the archaeology. Well, I majored in archaeology, so I guess it's normal, but it's because of just the looking at the old stuff. That's just, I love that. Absolutely love that. Who are you? Your command was not understood. Oh, this is oh, yeah, just one of those, yeah. Voice recognition, guys. The intelligence says with clear satisfaction, sounding for all the world like it understood the question, but it's choosing not to answer. Command me. Yeah, I know your pain. What was the arc you showed me? Your command was not understood. Again. What commands do you recognize? The 3 lights throb irritably, heated air sighs from the device's vent, and then a towering list of commands races through your mind, far too fast to read. You rub your eyes, groaning, and the intelligence chortles. Command me, it says smugly. Smashing. That's not me. Actually, maybe it could, because Aligern is good at that, so we'll see. Show me the list of commands again. Slower, please. If anything, the list pours through your mind even faster than the last time. Command me, the intelligence drawls. Are you kidding me? Huh. Show me the arc again. The device triangles of light throb in time with the growl of the engine within its casing, and the mental image unfolds once more. You see a huge crystalline arc on a jagged field. The arc is divided into rectangular cells. So basically it's a crystalline arc. It's rectangular cells. It's kind of like a shield? Could be. And the arc might be a dome. Is that it? Could be something else, though. All which are numbered. Ah, no, it's not. And they all appear to be transparent and empty, except... And then the arc's pinnacle. One cell is lit brilliant, pulsating emerald. The number is 0. It's printed on its side. Let's try to remember more details about this strange place. Oh! I can make an effort. I really want to. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not really sure what I lose with that, but I'm not gonna risk it. The memory blossoms. You stand before this arc, eyeing the last 2 active cells in once impenetrable Lugomvo. I don't know what that is. It's probably Latin or something. It looks Latin. Unleash cell 29, you say, and a twisted artifact appears before you. You claim it with a faint smile, watching the light fade from the cell far above. Oh, wait a minute. It's like a bank. Huh. You flinch from the memory, and it falls apart as you raise your eyes to the arc as it is now. Cell 29 is dark now. Only cell 0 remains. This is a vision, right? It's not what we're seeing right now, because... Okay, let's examine the jagged wasteland. Dry grit whirls around the empty plain. Many kilometers beyond the arc is the faint outline of what seems to be a broken tower, except that it is slowly stretching into the gray air. Okay, let's close the image of the arc then. You release your mental hold on the image of the arc, and it collapses, returning you to reality. Command me, the intelligence says. Unleash the contents of Cell 0. Oh, you found a cipher. Ciphers are Numenera objects. Yeah, Numenera... Okay. Objects that can trigger a powerful effect that can only be used once. Really? Okay. Ciphers and your cipher limit score are displayed in a special section of the inventory screen. Take care not to accumulate more ciphers than your cipher limit, or you will experience unpleasant side effects. Yeah, I have 3. I can get 3. Then this thing is unstable detonation. It apparently deals 6 energy damage, 4 physical damage to all characters in range. Okay, a simple and effective explosive. Devices like these have been the bane of many who have had the misfortune of encountering them. Coupled together from junk and Numenera, this detonation can have wild and unexpected effects when hurled at the enemy. Rumors have it that most of the unlucky victims of these devices were the people trying to use them. So, can I discard that? No, don't use that. Minor gripe, this thing's way too small. Just minor gripe. Yeah, for the size of these buttons, the close button should be big as well. I don't know, the size of this thing is probably too much, but like this size. Anyway, just a tip to the developers that are definitely not watching. But if you are, hey guys, thank you for the game. Awesome. Actually, I bought the game. I supported this game before you know, on their Kickstarter project. But yeah. So let's see. The intelligence lights, winks, and then oh, wait a minute. He's talking to me. Did I? There it is. The device light flutter with incandescent shock, then focus on you, flickering. Cell 0 will now be unleashed, the intelligence spits. Please be advised that the object you are about to receive is completely safe. Use no caution whatsoever. The strange contents of Cell 0 materialize before you. This guy really wants to kill me. Warning, all cells are now vacant. Shuttering Lugunvo. Lugunvo. So Lugunvo is the thing... What? I have no idea. Anyway, the intelligence lights wink out one by one. I gain 3 experience, and I gain this terrible thing of death. Interesting that a cast-off can command the changing God's machines, says Alijern. He crosses his arms across his chest. How do you do that? Calistege rolls her eyes at Alijern. Then she looks at you. He'll never stop gnawing at this bone, you know? The truth is wasted on him. She gets a glint in her eye. Though I admit curiosity. How did you do that? I remembered something. I don't think it was my memory, though. Residual memories of a past consciousness? Asks Calistege. Truly fascinating. I think she's right, actually. How many memories might this child have access to? I must know, she thinks. Oh, don't act like you know what that was. It's just as likely the machine triggered something past his amnesia, says Alijern. She gives you a meaningful look that mimics teeth gnashing like an animal gnawing at the bone. Oh, is she warming up to me? Because I don't like her.
I'm going.
It's gonna be... No. Oh, this thing is broken? Did I do everything I could? I wanted to just kick it.
Let's go.
Probably would have opened the same thing. But there we go. That thing wants me dead, and it's now dead. Crackling or cackling or whatever. It's kind of different things. But what do we have over here? We have a, can't really see the description. Oh, it's just an examine up there. Tiny glowing motes float... Motes? Yeah. Float through the interior of this tower. Each one is surrounded by much smaller nodes, like thousands of worlds circling their suns.
I'm ready.
And by the way, the timing is impeccable. Absolutely amazing. This is the default timing for the tooltips.
Done.
I think you can change that, but I just love that. It's just spot on. The flexible tubes that are attached to this machine appear to be later additions. Someone cobbled the device together, but its function is unclear. And is it gonna go away? Oh, that was a little bit longer. But yeah, it's better to err on the length than not. So we're just gonna have to leave, aren't we? Is there a quick save button? Q is not it. Oh, F5. Awesome. Let's go. Fine. Oh. This is someplace. That's...
I need to talk to you.
Do you? There it is.
All right.
I want to talk to you.
All right.
But how do I do that?
This is the Reef of Fallen Worlds, kid. It's a dangerous place at the best of times. And with you lighting up the sky as you fell, well, we should get out of here as soon as possible.
Why were you looking at me when you said that, says Calistege. Well, I wasn't, he growls. Don't be so paranoid. But when she isn't looking, he raises his eyebrow at you knowingly. Okay, these guys really hate each other. Are these the things that are making these kid sounds? Because that's awesome. I mean, it's just awesome. So, what makes the reef so dangerous? The Numenera of the past are always dangerous, but there are other dangers too, some closer than others. I hate to think what Callistege might do to him if I weren't here, he thinks. So can you, let's go with this. What are the Numenera? Can you explain that a little bit? You want me to tell you? He laughs without mirth. The Numenera are all around you, everything left over from the prior worlds. Saga's Cliffs thrives by trading artifacts from ancient civilizations. Hells, you can scoop a handful of earth without finding drift from prior worlds mixed with it. Numenera is anything but the prior worlds, but mostly we mean stuff of value to us. A lot of Numenera are just oddities, fancy trinkets with little real use, but sometimes you'll get a cipher that lets you do something incredible. Artifacts are worth even more. A cipher will only do something once, but artifacts last a lot longer, though they can burn out at the most inconvenient times. And he frowns. Not that it's ever happened to me. Of course, we've got no idea what most of this junk was originally intended for. In most cases, it doesn't really matter. Like, you might find out what used to be a propulsion unit for a star chariot, but who the hell knows enough to build you the rest of it? Better to use it as a weapon or a power source. And he scowls, frustrated about something. I bet we could remake the world if we knew a tenth of the secrets of the ancients. But most days, it's a challenge just to survive. Yeah, I love this setting. I love this setting already. This is amazing. I love this because it has so much history and everything, and it's just so much room to tell interesting stories. It's I love that. What's your story then? Ask me again when we get out of here. I don't trust this damned reef any more than the company we keep. Oh, really? Okay, so I'm gonna stay with this guy, and I'm gonna send her away as soon as, well, the story dictates. Can you tell me about your tattoos? They all look almost alive. They actually are. He has an ability like that. I think living tattoos or something. These? Huh, they're nothing. Call them a consolation if you must. He smiles grimly. Some call them by worse names, but that's because they've had occasion to run afoul of these little snakes. He looks away. This line of questioning is clearly at an end. My gift and a curse, he thinks. They remind me of it every day. That's interesting. Okay, we're gonna ask about that later. What do you think of Callistege, sorry. Parasite disguised as a Skull Arch. Don't be surprised if she betrays you before the day is done. Actually, that would be slow for her. Then why are you traveling with her? Oh, he clenches his mouth shut, and you can see his jaw muscles working. She said she could help me with a problem I had. We never seemed to get anywhere with my business, but found plenty of times for hers. He looks you squarely in the eyes. It wasn't something I'd care to do again. Keep that in mind when you talk to her. Okay. I'm glad to see some conflict in here, because that forces me to make decisions later on. This thing is amazing. Everything is... game. I love that. Love that. Anyway, looks like glass, doesn't it? It looks like waterfall at the same time, but it's probably just a hologram. But it looks amazing. Let's see. What do you think we should do next? Well, you want to fix that crystal chamber back there, yeah? First step is getting out of this reef. Oh, really? Then how do I do that? I can't. Just, what do you think we should... Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, let's keep going, alright? About time. Can I talk to her?
Watch your steps, child. This is not a place to walk lightly. There are dangers in the reef, both old and new.
What kind of dangers? Myriad. We all come among the Numenera, the traders of fallen worlds and antediluvian wars. Not everything in the reef knows that its wars ended long ago. Yet, the true dangers are contemporary. The reef holds the promise of treasure for the determined, but not always for the scrupulous. Oh, I see. Why is the resonance chamber here in the reef? An astute question, my dear. The most likely answer is that your sire discovered something he could repurpose for his own designs. If you seal a dome as well as he did, the reef is a good place as any for experimentation. If you can seal a dome, yeah. So, what's your story? She laughs. Now is not the time, dear. Nor is the reef a safe place for lengthy discussion. Rest assured, when we reach the cliffs, there will be plenty of time to swap tales. So what do you think of Aligern over there? Her lips pucker like she's tasting something foul. He's useful, she finally says. At least he was, once. If that pompous lack nibber, forgive my language, dear, finds one more fault with me, I expect my sisters will murder him in several realities. Oh boy. Oh boy, that has so many implications right there. She cocks her head to the side. There goes one now. Oh, really? Well, I guess that shows more about her than it shows about him. And his lack of luck, I guess. He's messing with the wrong... I'm messing with the... This is interesting. This is an interesting character over here. Unless she's bluffing, of course. But anyway, there's no reason to think that she is. Why were you traveling with him in the first place? She sighs, the second echoing like the hissing of a balloon. What? How does... Okay. He wasn't... I don't know how a balloon hisses. Echo a sigh. Because he does like that. Or the... That's not a... Anyway, I don't know what balloons are, apparently. He was not always so sour, she says. He was a man of science, and an Aeon priest who reveled in knowledge. But his pain has infected him, and he sees the world through the cast. It would be tragic, but... Her echoes all seem as exasperated as she, and she continues. But he is the same in every existence in which I know him. It has become incredibly tiresome. He also said he could help me with my problem. He's a poor liar, and I a fool. She said. Okay, so he might have been misremembering what happened. I'm gonna need to bring up the soundtrack up because I hear some notes in the background. You probably can hear... If I shut up, you can, but it sounds... quite amazing, actually. Next episode, though. He might have been misremembering exactly what happened. Or, he might have been lying. But, to be honest, if there's any sliver of truth in what she's saying, he probably misremembered. Because she seems like she pities him more, more than anything. Not more than anything, but she does. I think she does. Huh. So, who are all these echoes of you? They are me, she says. We are a part of each other, sisters across infinite realities. We share our experiences and power. That's what's that old saying? That experience brings wisdom? I must be the wisest person in Saga's cliffs. The wisest across countless worlds. Her laughter peels out. Okay. Let's keep going, alright? Of course, dear.
All right.
And there it is. Are these the kids? Because I don't see kids anywhere, but I clearly heard kids laughing. But there we go. Anyway, we're out of time for the day, so I'm going to bring up the soundtrack a little bit. Apparently, it was more subdued back when we were talking. Right now, it's a little bit more techno-y sort of thing. But I'll try and find a balance, an interesting balance for us to enjoy it as well as enjoy the game. But for now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Torment Tides of Numenera. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, leave a comment down below. Leave a like as well while you're at it. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.